Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have a vintage Dunhill service lighter in its original box. This one with brown paint. This is the second of these that we will have listed for sale. Probably in the last 6 months or so. I think it was probably about 3 months or so when I sold the first one. I purchased a group of 5 of these, and they were mostly identical. A couple of them had different fuel screws. I cleared the Flint tubes out in all 5 of them, cleaned them up of the Flint dust and all that comes with that. I gave a couple of them away, and now we are listing the second one for sale. These are really cool old lighters. World War II service lighters, if I understand correctly. These were issued to service members, GIs. I don't know about the Navy or the Marines. I'm not even sure at that time. I don't know that the Air Force was its own branch of the armed services, or if they were still falling under the heading of one of the others. I saw another post recently, World War II related, in one of the vintage lighter groups on Facebook. It was a Black Crackle Zippo lighter, and Larry Lighter left a comment underneath that post stating that the Black Crackles were sold in the PX exchange, that they were available for anyone to buy, that they were not necessarily or strictly speaking a service lighter, whereas these Dunhills and maybe some of the others were actually issued to that service member as part of the equipment that they took out into the field with them, that they were deployed with. There is what appears to me to be an imperfection. Looks like some slag perhaps underneath the paint. That could be an imperfection in the paint itself. Hard to say. The paint on this brown example of a Dunhill service lighter is in pretty good condition. Not perfect. Does show scratches, scuffs, wear, some finish loss. I really like the Flint spring screws on these. Look like a little blooming flower. I mentioned in the intro to this video that I had cleared out the Flint tube. In this and the other 4 of these Dunhill service lighters that I acquired a few months ago. You can see that that Flint tube is clear. Place the Flint spring in the tube. It won't reach quite that far, so we'll use the screw to push it up, and you can see that that spring is making it all the way up to the flywheel. So if you install a Flint, it will strike. There's your wick, which may be a little bit contaminated with rust, dust, other corrosion caused by the elements over the years. These lighters were pretty dusty when I got them, but they are cleaned out and should operate smoothly now. But without pulling out that Flint spring, we would be grinding the spring against the file wheel, so that's why we pulled it. Looks like there may be a small amount here of carbon dust in the file wheel. And this is sort of a gravity operated type semi-automatic lighter, whereby when you actuate the wheel, the snuffer comes up as well. So they are not actually attached, but because of the lever here around the wheel that is attached to the snuffer, when you actuate that snuffer and wheel, or when you actuate the wheel, the snuffer comes up also. It's marked Dunhill service lighter, Pat pinned, made in USA. That looks like an aluminum screw to me, and it is a little bit finicky wanting to tighten down. I don't know if the threads are just a little rough. So you could install a Flint in the tube. Go ahead and close that, since we're going to tighten this spring and screw back down. So you install your Flint in front of all that. That would fix your spark. And then you soak your wadding in the tank of the lighter with petrol fuel, and this lighter would be ready to fire up and use. Traveling down through the ages of time, all the way from the early 1940s, well before my time. A really cool example of a true military lighter, although this one does not appear to have ever been used. That is why they were originally manufactured. Here's the box, which I have left open, and will close here and leave it closed once I do. Shows some damage, some adhesive debris, some bends, some folds. It does have all its flaps intact. Go ahead and close that end and close this end as well. And this box will come to you protected, not with the lighter in it. Marked patent pending, made in USA on both sides. The ends are clear, as well as the back. And then the front just says Dunhill Service Lighter Trademark. No paperwork or anything like that. Check out the dependableflame.com website. This lighter will be listed soon at dependableflame.com/current eBay listings. And we will be glad to pass this lighter along to another happy collector for a fair price. Until next time.